Hi, so if you're new to face painting, I want to recommend a few products. I've got a spray bottle, which you'll need to wet your paints. You'll need some sponges. I use the Fusion Body Art sponges. They're a nice density. You'll need a white, a black. I don't have the smaller black, but this is, that's 100 grams, but you only need, I think it's a 32 gram. I've got a pearl white, a white and a black. I've also got a product that has what's called petal cakes along the top. So they're larger cakes, and then 1 strokes down the bottom. Now the 1 strokes can be used with either the brush or the sponge, and the same with the top. You can either load a few different colors like that, or in like this, or you can use a sponge by going like that and rubbing it on like that, or wetting the paint and loading it like this. And then these outside colors are your dark outline colors. Now I'll just do a quick demonstration. So I can wet my Fusion palette with my spray bottle. This one there is quite a few of them, but I'm just demonstrating this particular one today because it's fairly versatile. If you're new to face painting, it gives you the 6 1 strokes and the 3 petal cakes. So you just, after wetting that, just going to load my petal sponge, and you see that the paint comes onto the sponge like this. And these paints have really revolutionized face painting. And I'm just tipping that up a little bit and picking up the very end colors. Now, if I want to create a butterfly wing, I just need to go like this. And that's your bottom. You can imagine if an eye was there or it's on a cheek. That's your 2 butterfly wings. I then can get, there's different ways to outline. I just want to show you a simple way today. So this is if you're going to use a number 3 round. This one's a Natalie Davies brush, which is really, this is probably, you know, the top quality brushes that you can buy. There is some other brushes that aren't as quite, I guess, as expensive. So I'm just basically placing my finger down here, pulling it down. Remember, you've got focal points here, and then there you go, and again dropping it. That's called a teardrop. And then I'm not even really being that particularly careful with that. And then all you do is, if you have a glitter puffer bottle, which I actually can't put my hands on at the moment, I wasn't expecting to use it, but you can just pop some glitter on the top over that. I'm going to wipe that off. I want to show you another design. Now, if you want to use these cakes, I'm just going to keep using the same color because it's they're all beautiful, but you'll have to find out yourself. Just for ease and for speed, I'm going to do this. So if you were going to say do a tiger design, I prefer to get, for my white bases, the pearl white. It's a little bit softer on little faces and it doesn't go clunky. The plain white, which is the Pro Paraffin white, is really great for line work, and the softer base is nicer for little faces. So you can see that that's just a pearl. It's just a pearl white, and you pop that on. You can pop that on as a little bit of a base, and then to do your tiger, actually, I'll just pull that up, because if you imagine the eye was there, just pull that up over the eye, down the nose and around the muzzle. And then on the top, you just pivot this around like that. And then around, that's going up the side of the eye, and then down the cheekbone, just pivoting around like that as well. And then you can, there's lots of different brushes again that you can use that are purpose built for these sorts of things. This is a Leanne's rainbow flower brush. And then you just take your black, load your brush really well. You've got to practice a little bit on consistency. So the consistency has to be not too runny and not too dry. If it's dragging, there's not enough water on there. If it's dripping, you know that you've done too much. So this one is a particular brush where you can use it that way or this way. And I'm just using it on its side and really lightly coming down, and then I drop it, twist, come down like this. Again, drop, twist, that, drop, twist, that. And that coming down under your eye and over the cheekbone. Just extend that out. And then all you do is just pop that over the nose. There you go. You could do a muzzle if you wanted to, and then just drop that. So that's basically the idea behind a tiger design. You can do some little dots, I guess, up in that part there. So that's a really simple tiger eye design with that. Let's quickly wipe that one off. And you can see it removes really easily. I'm using a wipe. I do suggest that you just wipe their face off with a damp cloth. And if there's ever, it doesn't normally stain, but if there is any staining, just use a little bit of olive oil. I'm just going to demonstrate the bottom cakes now. And these are one strokes. These are what are called one strokes, and they do make painting really, really easy. This is a Nat Davies 3/4 brush. Now I've just wet my brush, so, and then instead of spraying the cake, just so I can control the water a little bit more, I'm just loading back and forth, and I'm staying fairly in the tracks of the face paint cake because I don't want to muddy that up and mess it. And then with this one, I just wipe that off. With this one, I normally try to put the darker color on the top, and I think the magenta is a darker color. And that's all you have to do for your rainbow design. Then you can take the flower brush that I used earlier, and you can do what's called a double dip flower. So I'm just, this is my line, my Pro Paraffin White, my line work paint. Either the Paraffin White or the Pro Paraffin White are absolutely beautiful for line work. So I'm just loading that, and I want to just wipe a little bit off, just on the sides like that. Then I take my sponge, take a little bit off there, and I'm just going to go into that cake because it's still wet, and I can load the very end of, you can see that's called a double dip flower. And then it's a matter of simply placing it down like this, and then turning the brush to the side. And then again, you can just add some glitter to that. So there's a couple of simple designs. I do face painting Zoom classes. So if you'd like to take a private lesson, feel free to contact me, and we can book that in. But these are the sorts of basic things that I would teach you in the class. And then just to finish your flowers off, just get that line work brush and just pop some. And then you don't need to do this, but if you want to make it look professional, you can pop some line work in with that. All right, hope you enjoyed this short tutorial. Butterfly, tiger, and a simple rainbow. With this cake, you can also do roses with this color. Princesses are these ones. Tropical flower. I should probably do a flower design. I'll just show you how easy it is to paint a flower, a rainbow flower. Again, wiping that off really easily. And I'll just go into this cake here. And again, I've just wet my brush. I could have sprayed that, but I think sometimes when you spray it, make sure you pull the spray bottle back fairly fast so it doesn't drip. Just making sure there's enough paint on the brush. So it does look like I'm loading a fair bit, but I want the colors to be as vibrant on the skin as what I do. And here we go. And with the 3/4 flat brush, you just take it round and pivot round. And there you go. It's a really easy flower. I think that's probably enough for a short tutorial. But it does show you the versatility of this actual palette. I'll just show you quickly what this one looks like, because this is really pretty, and I use this for princess crowns, and you would just add some flowers to it just like we did before. So the princess crown, again using a 3/4 flat like this, and just take the paint around the side of the face like that. And I don't think there's enough paint left on my brush, but I don't want to reload it. But normally you would just put a little flower in there. That's enough. And you could do that. And then add some glitter, and there's a perfect little princess crown. All right, bye for today. And I hope that you enjoyed this short introduction into face painting and the wonderful world of color. I certainly love it, and there's a whole heap of products that you can buy, but as a basic start, introductory into face painting, this is a great little setup. Bye for today.